Hi everyone, my name is Amari and I'm a Marcy Scholarship participant. And today I'm going to be talking to you about emotional regulation. When you're in college, so many things go through your mind, so many feelings arise when you go through the everyday classes, whether it's online, whether it's in person, especially if you're a person that has anxiety or you struggle with depression, just things that can get you down because you're just having the constant the constant workload of college can just be a lot for anybody, especially if you're full-time or even if you're part-time, like, and you're working or you have kids or anything like that. It can just get really discouraging for your mental health because there's just so many things you have to juggle at once, and life is all about balance. So today I'm going to give you a couple of coping mechanisms I personally use to just balance everything out. One is I try to walk daily. I know it sounds cliche because a lot of people really take for granted just walking. It really helps your mental health. Like, even if you just walk for like 10-15 minutes outside your house, enjoy the weather. It's summertime now. So just those little things matter, because the smallest thing that you think doesn't matter can really improve your mental health. So if you're going outside and you're just going for a little errands, just to run some errands and things like that, it's really essential just to go outside for 10-15 minutes, going grocery shopping, going shopping for yourself personally. It just helps you. It just boosts your mental health. It boosts up that energy of just feeling happy, just feeling satisfied, just feeling like getting out of your own funk in your comfort zone. Sometimes we just get overwhelmed with work and school, and then we forget to just take care of ourselves. And that's really important, because if your mental isn't good, then you can't be good in school. You can't be effective. You'll be slacking on your classes, and you're gonna be failing your classes, and you don't want that, because then you won't be passing your classes, and then you have to repeat classes, and you don't want that either. You want a smooth ride in college as much as possible and less stress-free as much as possible. So failing your classes is not an option. So to avoid that, it would just be really beneficial just to go outside for 10-15 minutes and walk, even if it's just the little things, like you going outside to get some ice cream, going outside with a friend. I personally go bike riding on the regular city bikes or the e-bikes that they have. It's literally around the neighborhood all the time. You can look it up on your Lyft app. They can tell you where the city bikes is, where it's like nearby at, and you can literally go and check one out, get a membership for like $5 if you live in NYCHA, which Marcy Scholarship does. So if you are interested in a city bike, you can literally go on your phone on Lyft or a city bike. You can look it up. It's like this little icon. They show you all the nearby city bikes. You go, you have money in your card, you check it out, and you just start riding the bike. Sometimes I'll go to the city. There's times that I'll go to the pier, just different places just to get the different scenery. Sometimes I'll go over there to journal and things like that. So all of those things are really beneficial. If you're a woman, you can go get you a spa. You can go get you little things, like you can just take yourself and get yourself some flowers, like just little things that'll cheer you up. Get your nails done, get your hair done, get your toes done. Just something that is releasing stress off you. Getting a spa, going to a massage, just getting those little things matter. Even if you can't do it every week, if you don't have the money for it, you can do it every 2 weeks. Just implementing it matters, because when that stress builds up over time, it will get overwhelming, because now you have to go to school Monday through Friday, especially if you're going to school and you're working after or before. It can get a lot, because now you're dealing with work, and then you have to deal with school, kids, things like that. So it can get really overwhelming. But if you do a spa or you get your nails and your toes done or your hair done every 2 weeks, it's helpful. Me personally, it definitely did help me when I was just feeling that constant overload of, okay, I have to go to work, then I have to go to school, and then I have to go to school, then I have to get home, then I have to prepare for the next day. So we're constantly in the rush in our lives, and we don't take the time to just sit with ourselves, figure out, what am I feeling? How can I cope with it? If I'm feeling sad, if I'm feeling depressed, if I'm feeling anxiety, all these different things, you can just go and just figure out, what can I do to release this stress? What can I do? What activity can I do just to calm my mind down? So if you struggle with anxiety, the best thing to do for that is either journaling, either to talk to a trusted person. Even if you don't feel comfortable talking to a trusted person because you feel like they can't hold the capacity for you, you can even go and try therapy if that works for you, with insurance and things like that. And you can go to different sites called Psychology Today. There's many different sites you can go on and I will provide the links in the video as well. So there's different sites you can go on if you're interested in therapy and getting those things, because it's really helpful. And it definitely will help you with your emotions, because things come up as we're struggling with everyday, day-to-day life, when trying to just make it through and make everything as much as balanced as possible in school and work. And if you have kids, it can get really overwhelming. And sometimes we don't have the perfectest balance, which is okay. So try to, if you're not interested in therapy, at least talk to a trusted person to just have those emotional regulations balanced, so you don't feel sad, you don't feel depressed, you don't feel like you're just sitting in the house all day every day, like just working in school. That's not really the most healthiest thing, because eventually you will get burnt out, and burnt out is a real thing. When you get burnt out, that means you don't have no time for nothing else. It's just work, school, and your mind needs time to sleep. Your mind needs time to recharge. Your emotions need time to recharge. So when your brain is constantly on overload, your nervous system actually is not balanced, and it constantly makes you have anxiety, constantly makes you can't sleep. Your mind is always on the go. So if your mind is always on the go, how can you relax? Take in information properly. Make sure you're getting the proper rest. Make sure your immune system is working properly. But if you're always stressed all the time, if you're always having anxiety, if you're always sad, if you're always depressed, you're working and you're going to school, but your mental health is failing. And we don't want that, right? We want to be going to school, having work. We want to make money and go to school and also have a good mental health intact, because that also matters just as much as getting a degree matters. So try therapy. Like I said, I'll provide the links down below. And then also you can either talk to a trusted friend, you can journal. If journaling doesn't help, you can do self-vlogs. Kind of similar to like what I'm doing now, just kind of talking to yourself, or starting a YouTube channel, or starting a podcast, whatever you need to just kind of have different perspectives and opinions to help you regulate through your emotions. Just knowing thyself and just grounding yourself in what best works for you. So if you have anxiety, you can do a humidifier with essential oils. I can provide the links for that down below as well. And that helps with different scents. I think they call it autotherapy. I'm not sure the correct name. I'm sorry if I say the name wrong, but if anyone's watching and y'all know the name, you know what I'm talking about. But it's basically it's like it just helps you with your senses. It helps relax your nervous system. So if you like lavender or vanilla, those kind of senses help relax your nervous system. That's the whole point of essential oils, to help relax your nervous system when you're going to sleep, when you're working, wherever you're at. It just helps calm you down. And you can try that, or you can try therapy, a trusted friend, as I said. And if you're depressed, you can go to the gym. If you don't have the money to go to a gym membership, or if you're not really motivated, you can use equipment at home. I have a yoga mat at home. I have weights at home. There's times that if I'm not motivated to go in the gym because I don't really want to be around too many people and I just want to like be by myself, I just do yoga mat. I do the weights, and that's just as effective because you're still working out. 30 minutes goes a long way. So I definitely would recommend that, at least if you don't want to go in front of anyone and be around anybody. That's totally fine, because it's what you're comfortable with, and you shouldn't feel ashamed about that. If you want to stay home and work out, it may be quote unquote lazy to people, but if you're doing the work at home and it's effective, it's not lazy. So I definitely recommend those 2 things, or those 3 to 5 things, and just practicing the balance of your emotional regulations on a day-to-day basis. Like when you feel stressed, you run to get some essential oils. I love me some good candles. I mean, Target and any other place, Amazon, any of those good quality places, I love me a good candle, y'all. I love me a good candle. I personally like different scents, like lavender calms me down, or tea tree, or I think it's called eucalyptus. All of those different senses I just love. They just calm you down, they recharge you, and they give you clarity most of all. Because a lot of us, when we work in and we go into school, a lot of the stuff that we personally need to, regulate and heal from, it just comes up and we don't know how to cope with it. We don't know where to go. We got to do this. We got to take care of the kids. We got to go to school. We got to go to work. So we don't take the time to regulate what's going on. We don't take the time to seek clarity. And so when you're grounded, that's the most time that you get clarity, which is why I said going to the gym. Because once you go to the gym, you feel more recharged. You feel more energetic. You get clarity. You know, you tend to just feel more relaxed. You can think more clear. You can't think clear when you're stressed and you have anxiety because your mind is on overdrive. So we need to just declutter the mind as much as possible. So I recommend those things, and all of those things, if you try it daily, it really will help. So I'm wishing everyone a great summer and a great semester, and just stay in the fight. Things get really hard and tough in college, but if you're going for something you're really passionate about, the work may seem hard, but in the end, you're going to be so proud that you just did it and got it over with, and that you made it through. You pushed through, because especially if you're in a 4-year college, it may look like it's just a lot, but if you try these daily coping mechanisms and different ones, going to the gym, trying candles, trying essential oils, journaling, self-vlogging, self-talk, all of those things will help you push through to be able to regulate your nervous system so that you don't get so overwhelmed, so that you can push through. Because sometimes we can't push through because we don't have any clarity, we're stressed, we're overwhelmed. So when you have healthy coping mechanisms, you can push through and you can make it. So good luck to everyone, and stay blessed and well.